Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel and the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. This is the January 16th edition, 1994, of Wrestling Challenge. Jim Ross and Stan Lane out there for that. Intercontinental Champion Razor Ramon going to kick us off with an enhancement match there. Razor facing off against the current opponent of the moment, which happens to be Mike Bell. This is from the Augusta, Maine Civic Center, obviously from Augusta, Maine. Some basic maneuvers here. Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon, punch kick and ultimately gets the shots in the corner. Bell gets a little bit of a fire back. IRS also cuts an inset promo. Hall hits the inverted suplex off the second rope on the inside, and then we see a managing of a Razor's Edge 1, 2, 3. There we go. Brian Walsh against Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett, relatively new to the promotion, and I'm not new to answering my phone. We'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. And again, I mean, it's Jeff Jarrett in this time period is interesting. Probably the better of the national expansions he had was this Double J gimmick. I still prefer Jarrett in Memphis over any Jarrett national product. That's just me, and it probably always will be. There's a certain level of nostalgia I have for territorial wrestling that I don't think any national product can beat. Short of maybe 88 to 92. Uh, to me, that's the golden years of wrestling. Anyhow, but that's also my childhood, so I may have a bias. Jarrett, though, punch, kick, chop, basic stuff. Also, the update with the Quebecers losing the championships to the 1, 2, 3 Kid and Marty Jannetty. At the end of the day, here you go. Doink facing off in a Doink actually with Dink facing off with an enhancement match going forward here. Of course, Doink being done by Philip Paulo. Rich Myers falls to the whoopee cushion. Couple of technical maneuvers. Nothing necessarily great to write home about. Not a super match, but also not horrible either. It's just kind of, a struggle, for lack of a better term, going forward with the Doink situation. In that, punch kick and whoopee cushion off the top. The Bigelow series, which culminates with the mixed tag Doink and Dink versus Luna and Bam Bam Bigelow. WrestleMania 9 or WrestleMania 10 is where that ends up, and it's a child-based immature feud. You can and so that's kind of where that lands. Bastion Booger defeats Mike Chloe sit-down splash in really, I guess I would say, short order. At the end of the day, it's there, and 1, 2, 3 Kid and Marty Jannetty are talking about defending the belts against the Quebecers coming up at Madison Square Garden in just about a week. Bastion Booger, punch kick, and the sit-down splash. Booger, also the former Muck and Sing, certainly not nearly as athletic as he used to be. Highlights for the Macho Man coming into the ring, promising to get his hands on Crush, promising to be a continued fighter, and we see Ray Rougeau being the one to put that forward. Macho Man pretty aggressive. Also, we see The Undertaker building the casket coffin for the casket match at the Royal Rumble. Yokozuna, your world champion, in a rare squash match appearance here on Wrestling Challenge. And Yokozuna, obviously, going to get a victory there. No big surprise there. Defeating Corey Stewart with the Bonsai drop. Punch kick, Uranagi side suplex or forward suplex, and then the Bonsai drop. Yokozuna also having intimidation from the Uh, I guess you'd say the um, you know the bonsai drop, and then of course the Undertaker being the one who kind of tries to put him in his place a little bit there. We move forward into the next in series of matches, which happens to be Rick and Scott Steiner against Jim Messinger and Steve Smith. Not exactly a challenging match there. Steiner's, by this point in '94, I believe they leave soon hereafter, but certainly not any major challenges to the Steiners here. Steiner's obviously hitting the Scott Steiner hitting the Frankensteiner, and we go forward there. Also, the Royal Rumble report: Bret and Owen Hart promising to become a unified team. At this point, the wonder if the tag team championship will be on the line is there. Lex Luger promises to win the Royal Rumble, get another shot at Yokozuna by default. That does not happen, and he ends up getting the shot at Yokozuna with the double finish. Basically, the one time that ever happened. The Steiner brothers match, as mentioned, basically Steiner's throwing around with suplexes and kind of overhead suplexes, other basic things. Razor Ramon, Jeff Jarrett hitting things off here. Upcoming matches at MSG. Also, 1-2-3 Kid, Marty Jannetty, and Yokozuna and Tatanka. Basically, Jim Cornette says Tatanka is going to be eliminated once and for all. Tatanka promises to take advantage of his rare shot at the World Championship, and it's tomorrow night in the Madison Square Garden, Monday the 17th of January. So we'll be back with more right after this.